Okay, we got Clarence Kennedy and Aesthetic versus Competition from Zach Telliander. Okay, what is going on? Oh, we're whipping out the guitar. Oh boy.
Old man broke down on the side of the road.
Wait, were those Crocs?
Man broke down on the side.
What?
Old man broke.
No, they're just regular shoes. I mean, I was gonna say, if you working out in Crocs, that's goated. Because working out in sneakers is, I think, not the move anymore.
Broke down on the side.
And we got CT Fletcher right there.
Stop to see if maybe I can lighten his load. Well, he opened the door and he thanked me a kind.
Oh, is this like an outside portion of a gym?
He said, "Don't worry about gasoline.
Oh shit, we got plates. Plates on plates.
Don't worry about the TV screen.
Oh. Shit, I can't do that.
Don't worry about the bombs that fall, 'cause we're moving. Don't
Yeah.
worry about nothing at all to keep moving.
Oh, gotta max out. Gotta get that one good one. Sticking point. Get up there. Whew. I felt that.
There's a man in the alley just singing the blues, telling everybody that
Oh, here we go.
what to do.
Bar muscle ups.
Well, one day he'll wake up and see the sun. See that every day we're breathing is a day we learn.
Bro, what happens to these, like, punching bags when it rains?
Don't worry about gasoline.
Look at what happened right there. The hole.
Don't worry about the TV screen, 'cause we're
Dang, dude.
moving.
Wait, he lose his hat?
About the bombs that
Wait, he
fall.
lose his hat?
Don't worry about
Still got the hat.
gasoline, 'cause we're moving.
There it is. There's a hat. I didn't even see that. Oh, shit. Bro, like, so I used to have like a big ol' like a bar set up in my backyard. It wasn't metal. I did like, what did I do? I did like a 6x6, two 6x6s of wood, but they were like, shit, 12 feet? No, they had to have been more. I think they were like 18 feet. That I had my one buddy help me like drill out some holes with that drill that's like the big cylinder thing to so I could like stick a bar through. And I did a lot of my early CrossFit training pull-up stuff like and shit with that like pull-up thing in my backyard. It's no longer there anymore because I was just like this shit's still like too hard. But while I did have it, oh my god, my like upper body strength was like crazy. Like I was practicing on the rings, practicing on like the bar muscle ups. Like if you could imagine, but it actually became so much that like ring pull-ups were easier than bar pull-ups because with bar pull-ups you have to actually go around. You have to get your rib cage up and around the bar, whereas rings you just pull through and you go. But and I got like like crazy forearm pumps from doing like a ton of bar work. Like, oh my god, it's crazy.
Don't worry about the bombs that fall, 'cause we're moving. Don't worry about nothing at all. Keep moving.
Oh wow, the double eggs. Gotta get the protons. Hey, you just slam that shit. Oh my god. Power.
Today I want wanted to talk about aesthetic versus competition,
Ooh.
and specifically about Clarence Kennedy. I don't know if you guys remember this clip that I did with him when we were in Japan.
So, the way that you squat, it were, a lot of your biggest videos, very low, hip crease very low, almost, smashing your calves against your hamstrings. No knee sleeves, no belt, no wraps, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Why did you want to do that?
Honestly, the main reason I do that is because it looks the best. I want my lifts to look athletic and impressive.
Understanding that
Athletic and impressive. Just look cool. I mean, if that's not the reason that most dudes like work out, like not so much the athletic part, but like just looking cool, looking good. Like, I mean, you lying to yourself at that point. I just want to work out and look cool. I mean, shit, that's why I started.
that aesthetic that Clarence talks about, looking like an athlete, moving like an athlete, having that aesthetic is really, it's a really interesting concept because I don't know if you guys know this, but Clarence Kennedy got a lot of shit from just being a really good weightlifter and not competing.
I mean, so when I first found Clarence, it was like way back in the day. Back in the day of like Juji Mufu's, what do you call it? Like the Acrobolics website. And then all of a sudden I saw this like other dude that could like lift a lot of weight, but was very good at like doing all the trickster shit. I was just like floored. He's like doing clean jerk and like snatch and then just busting out like crazy tricks on top of it. I was like, damn, that's amazing. I don't see no Olympic dudes doing that. And then, watching both Juji and Clarence, I was like, I kind of molded my, what do you call it? Like workout style. Like kind of like theirs. It was like a blended. I barely knew what the fuck I was doing. I was just like, oh, I'll try to get a heavier squat, try to get a heavier deadlift, clean jerk or whatever. Don't really worry about the snatch. That's all technical shit. That was like some of the early days of working out with like some just learning how to backflip, front flip, double leg, cartwheel, aerial, all that stuff. Yeah, I did a lot of that shit in my backyard.
We're talking about a guy who snatched 192 and rarely ever competed. He competed.
Like, wait, okay, so I'm bad at math. So 192 times 2.2 equal 422. That's a big boy snatch.
Did in junior worlds and like a couple, local and national meets.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is an aspect of competition that destroys aesthetic, and that's what I want to talk about. And
okay.
And I think that that's kind of where we get Clarence and where we get YouTube from.
When competition destroys aesthetics. So I get the feeling that he's probably talking about the argument of the normalization of a thing versus like the aestheticness or unique, what is it called? Like unique individuality of like a thing versus standardization of a thing. In terms of skill expression for your favorite sport. Usually in sports, I usually hear the arguments of, well, in terms of aesthetic versus competition, usually aesthetics usually comes, I think this is kind of the same vein as entertainment versus competitive integrity. Is kind of like what I see in terms of like competitive whatever, like football, baseball, basketball, golf, even in video games. Uh, what do people want to see? Do people want to see what's entertaining, or do they care about competitive integrity at all? I could kind of make that argument, but I mean, Zach, he's probably talking about just like weightlifting, like a good looking lift versus like a competition lift, and something like a unique skill of like going like calf to hamstring type of like squat or whatever into like a full blown uh like snatch or a clean and jerk or something like that.
When we start to focus on competition, we don't it's much less about ourselves and like the projection of ourselves and the beauty of it, and it's more about other
Mm-hmm.
and attacking and destroying other, and it's about
I mean, yeah, because that's what competition is. Well, in terms of like, like you have like external competition versus internal competition, uh, like like you're competing with yourself to do like, in terms of weightlifting, do like a heavier weight or something, versus like, ooh, you know, like yeah, you can like write that down and just be like, oh, yeah, you did like plus 1 pound. That's a win for me, like current me. But is that as entertaining when you put it in terms of okay, that guy weightlifts and that guy weightlifts, ooh, who can weightlift heavier? That's something that's kind of entertaining. Ooh, you got like two man versus man, like what's that what do you call it, those the things that make stories good? You got like man versus man, or types of conflict, man versus environment, man versus like beast, man versus like inner self or whatever. I think that's it. Maybe I'm missing one. There's probably like another one. Um, but yeah, like you have like different forms of competition, but when we talk about like just this stuff and like Clarence Kennedy, um, you have to also, you can't help but also talk about uh what is entertaining.
convenience and bridging this gap between yourself and victory, not between yourself and joy. Bridging this gap between yourself and victory, not bridging this gap between yourself and joy. And I think that that's a very
Wait, let me hear that again.
joy. Bridging this gap between yourself and victory, not bridging this gap between yourself and joy. And
Yourself and victory. I'm assuming you mean like victory over someone else in a competition versus yourself and joy, versus like just simply doing what you want to do, how you want to do it. I mean, but like in terms of like weightlifting, like everybody isn't built the same for like the clean and jerk and the snatch. Like what, like if watch like a Clarence Kennedy, what do you call it, like clean jerk, that's gonna look a lot different. He's gonna have like different limb lengths, different flexibility than somebody else. It's gonna look maybe not completely different. It's in general, it's the same movement, but like the little nuances of how like far apart their feet is, how like how down in the hole they get, how much pop they get out of it, or whatever. Like how high they can get it up initially first, how snappy they go from shoulder to overhead.
think that that's a very important thing. And so, an example of competition kind of ruining aesthetic, I always think about jujitsu and
Uh,
jujitsu in the gi. When you compete, there are these things called advantages. You don't even have to score points. You just kind of score like a kind of a point.
okay, so I have a buddy that does jujitsu. I don't know dick about ass about jujitsu. I just know it's like kind of like its own thing. I know Joe Rogan does it. But I mean, I could follow along.
And then it's really hard to call stalling warning. So these guys would kind of
Hmm.
lock into these positions and stall out the rest of the match, and they
Oh,
win by a single advantage, not even by a point.
oh, I mean, like, well, in terms of that, then like, I get where he's going because like, wasn't it in boxing they kind of have the same thing with like the clinch or whatever? Like, some dude getting beaten up, and then all of a sudden he like wants to clinch up and like, give me a break, stop punching me in the face. And then that like that's good that the fighter can do that because it keeps the fighter in the match longer, makes the match go on longer. But in terms of entertainment value, like it's not too entertaining to just see someone stall. It's not very aesthetic to see someone stall. And I'd probably agree with him.
And the aesthetic of that is literally one of the worst sports I've ever seen.
Hmm.
And if you watch gi jiu-jitsu when it's at its best, I'm talking like
Olympic.
Leandro Lowe, like versus Rodolfo Vieira, or like anything Leandro Lowe ever did. Just fucking guys just blast double head into their chest.
In there. See, I am like, I don't know anything about jiu-jitsu, but I look at that and I'm like, that's cool looking. Like, that's just me. I'm like a filthy casual. I'm not even a casual. I don't watch jiu-jitsu, but I can like put two and two together and be like, oh, that blue guy just destroyed the black gi guy.
That's when gi jiu-jitsu is incredible. The aesthetic is, everything is there. And then the competition comes in and absolutely destroys it. And now,
But how?
so that's an example.
But how does it destroy it? What I would guess is what would happen. People would probably figure out some sort of counter to that. And in anytime we talk about competition, you also have to talk about time. And I think this happens in video games too. The funnest part when a new competitive video game comes out is when it initially comes out. Nobody knows the meta of the game. Everyone's trying new stuff out, hero shooter, whatever, battle royale, best gun this, best gun that, best sniper, best shotgun, best SMG, blah, blah, blah. And because nobody knows the meta, everything is very organic. And organic gameplay looks very cool. What happens when you start to add time to that equation is that a meta is formed. This is the best AR. This is the best sniper. This is the best shotgun. This is the best SMG. This is the best route to take. This is the best this, the best that. And what happens is that all of that like organic, aesthetic looking gameplay gets normalized and standardized, and everything becomes expected. So metas also happen in sports. Currently in baseball, what's the meta in baseball? Well, it falls onto the pitcher, and the pitcher throwing as many fastballs as humanly possible to just get as many no hitters, because fastballs are insanely hard to hit. And the average fastball from the modern day baseball player is getting increasingly faster. Maybe not like crazy. Like I think it was like a half a mile year on year, half a mile an hour, increasing year on year. And it's just so hard, even as a professional baseball player, to like hit 95 plus mile an hour fastballs. It's just hard. And so since that's the meta, it's not too attractive looking anymore. Like initially it was like, oh my God, that guy, like imagine like black and white baseball. Like, oh, that's a fastball. Oh my God, that pitcher threw like a no hitter. Wow, that's crazy. But then as time goes on, that becomes the winning formula. And in terms of competition, people want to win by any means. So they figure out what performs the best, and they just do that over and over again. And so even if that's the winning formula, it's not like the aesthetic formula. It's not aesthetic to watch a no-hitter baseball game. That baseball game is boring as fuck to watch. Same thing as like a UFC match that ends in like the first like 10 seconds, or a boxing match that ends in the first like 10 seconds. All right, people want something that's aesthetic looking. People want something that's entertaining. They want the long drawn out fight. They don't want the meta. In basketball, what's the meta in basketball? Just get insanely good at shooting 3 pointers from way further back. From because whenever whenever I was like a little kid, I would train like 3 pointers like at PE, like just barely behind the 3 pointer, and so like, ugh. And I'd be like 40%, not even. Like I'm just a little kid, I don't do nothing. But like I look at the NBA and I see how far back these guys are shooting threes from. The defending team just gives them so much space that it's like a gamble, like a massive risk to like just be like, you that far back, you ain't hitting that shit. You ain't that good. That's the meta in basketball. Shoot a three, go completely uncontested from like way further back, like maybe like a good like leg length back from the three, sink it in, okay, jog to the other side. Other team takes a 50-50. They do the same distance from the three. Make it or don't make it. Oh, okay. Other side, go for another three. Other side, go for another three. That's the meta. Last time I checked. And that's why you have like this crazy inflation of basketball scores currently that's happening in the NBA. Well, amongst other problems too, but like that's like one of them. And it's not too aesthetic to watch two basketball teams just trade threes. It's boring.
All that. I'm sure you guys, if you could comment another sport where you just see competition just slowly over time devour aesthetic
Yes,
of the sport.
I just named a couple.
There's this bar in Austin, or there was this bar that literally this past weekend shut down. It's called the Skylark, and it's on this road called Airport. And Airport used to be where the Austin Airport was, and it's just kind of like a place where there aren't many bars. And the Skylark specifically is kind of like this shack that sits back into this parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a legendary live music venue. Not a live music venue in the sense of, you're going to pay $50 tickets to go in and get a seat. No, it's a bar with a stage that's pretty legendary.
Okay.
Some really legendary acts always played there, and it's just such a cool spot because it's just like not near anything. It is the quintessential dive bar, and it shut down this Sunday, and that's really, really sad to me. But you want to know what's more fucking sad about it?
What?
I drove past the Skylark, as I do, because it's on the way to the gym and back from the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw there's a fucking vape shop going in there.
I'm surprised it's not a True Leave.
A fucking vape shop. Like the marquee, the famous Skylark marquee, right by the road says pre-rolls and vape juice and gummies on sale.
Oh, that's funny.
Fucking disgusting, bro. Honest to God. And as I drive down these roads in America.
I mean, probably. I mean, that happened because whatever was happening with that bar, they probably weren't getting as many people coming around and trying to sign up for like stage time. And if that was initially what was attractive about it, and that thing isn't happening anymore, I mean, it sucks to suck.
Okay, I realized that we have sacrificed aesthetic at every turn.
Yes.
For competition. We paved paradise and we put up a parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In order to make it the most possibly convenient thing for us to get from our house to a Panera Bread We put up
A Panera Bread or a Chili's or Starbucks or what else? A Chipotle.
these disgusting roads and these disgusting strip malls up and down these roads. They're not even freeways. They're just straight up roads in
Yep.
a normal ass town, and we put them up.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that? Because it's more convenient. Why do we want more convenience? Because we're competitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's late stage capitalism. We're trying
Yeah.
to make it so that we can get the most money possible.
A little more clarification. The most money for the least effort. That's important.
At the easiest possible rate. We want to preserve those margins, if not make those margins even better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking disgusting, dude. I'm actually like appalled by it.
I mean, this is just like an observation, but I mean, I guarantee that. I mean, I've probably like also contributed to stuff like this, but in like a not so helpful way. Because me personally, I never grew up going to like concerts or anything. I've been to like a couple like just like public concerts or whatever, and there's like a stage and like some vendors around, and there's just like a general like audience, just like bring your own lawn chair and just hang out for whatever. But I've never actually gone and engaged with like events that are pertaining in like the specific purpose is to like entertain you in some sort of way, not just a concert, but like even other things like as well. So I mean, I'm probably like not the best saint like person in this respect either. So
I go through like a lot of towns actually up in the Northeast, some out west actually, just smaller towns. They were built on the they were built on the back of we're making a community.
mm-hmm.
We're making like a small aesthetic thing that supports each other. And the moment that we take that idea and we throw it to the wayside for, hey, we're going to build this thing that competes with others.
Uh-huh. I mean, that's why like franchises exist. Like in a food desert type of area, a Dollar General goes up, and then once a place is declared to be like a food desert with a Dollar General, you have other stores that pop up around it, and it's like an evolution. Like, oh, it's like a smoke signal. Like, oh, there's a Dollar General there. Oh, there's that store. Oh, there's a Chili's. There's like what other stores? Some fast food chain. There's a McDonald's. There's a Burger King. There's a what else? There's a Popeye's Chicken. There's a Waffle House. There's finally we got a Walmart in our town, guys. Oh wow, we got a Walmart here. And then what's the competitor for Walmart? Oh, there's a Publix. There's a Publix. Oh my God, finally we got a Publix. Oh my gosh. And then you have all these other like gigantic franchise stores to pop up because that's what people want. Because if they didn't want it, they wouldn't engage with it.
The moment we do that, aesthetic absolutely gets the fuck out of the way. And now we get these disgusting 4-lane highways.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking 4 lanes on each side.
Yep.
Not even a highway is right there.
Yeah.
It's just a road with 4 lanes on one side, 4 lanes on the other side.
I mean, this kind of coincides with the argument of shrinkflation. You know, a modern day McDonald's burger isn't the same as a McDonald's burger back in the day. It's just not. You know, you got that one clip of the lady taking the pickle out and showing how thin the pickle is. The pickle was bigger or about the same size as the patty on like the Big Mac. Yep.
When Clarence came to visit me, he was like, "What the fuck is this? Is this a highway?" I was like, "No, dude, this is just like one of our roads." He's like, "This is literally bigger than any highway in Ireland."
Damn. Really?
And Americans go to Ireland and we're like, God, these towns are so beautiful. It's like we had this opportunity to make it fucking beautiful, dude. Oh, man. What a beautiful night. I want to show you guys. I mean, you know what? I'm going to. Something really cool.
Oh.
These flowers right here, I'm going to zoom in.
Enhance.
They only pop up like once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to go down tonight, I think. They're going to close up.
Oh.
And then they're going to be gone. And I don't know what the significance of that is really quite yet.
I don't think that means anything. Like over by me, over like some parts over here in Florida, in the medians, during like some part of the year or whatever, I don't remember. I don't go out that much. There's like a certain species of like flowers that like just blooms in all the medians, where there's like the grass middle of the road, like the 4-lane like you're talking about. And whenever those little things bloom, it's pretty cool. It's like, ooh, look at all the pinks and purples and all that other shit. And it's like, oh, it's a little blip of aestheticness in time. I don't think it means anything. Just take it as it is.
I could say something poetic.
Yeah, same.
But, as I get older, I'm 34 now.
Yeah, I'm 35.
And as I get older, it's just, and I've met a lot of famous people.
Damn, I didn't know you were 34. Bro, I've been watching you for like years. Like back in like the CrossFit days when it was like prime CrossFit and shit like that.
A lot of people with a lot of money, a lot of people with no money.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's all bullshit. It's all absolute bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Being out in nature and having this respect for aesthetic is just literally, it's part of, I think it's just what it means to be human. And I don't want us to lose track of it, but we are, and we will.
I mean, given enough time, I mean, well, you have to think about like what's the goal of like your local city? What's the goal of your local town? Well, for the most part, unless people vote the other way, in which case it just takes longer. Most towns and cities, their goal is like growth. They want more businesses there. It's just, it is what it is. Because if people didn't want that, they wouldn't vote for like all these construction increases or like to have people. They wouldn't go to any of these businesses. Oh geez, shit! It's about to rain.
That's a really sad way to end this video.
Yeah.
Seriously, guys, I'm having a really, really fun time making videos like this. I hope you like them.
Oh yeah, just ranting.
I will see you in the next video. Love you so much. Bye.
Oh man. I like the little rant videos. They're nice. That's crazy. I didn't know Zach was like 34. Jesus, I'm fucking old. Yeah, I mean it's kind of hilarious. It's the first talk about like Clarence Kennedy and the aesthetic clean and jerk versus the competition clean and jerk. And to try to draw parallels between that in life. It's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, you could talk about like more stuff, but the whole aesthetic versus competition thing, maybe make another video and just do like part 2 or something. Other than that, pretty cool. Big dubski, but keep it up, man. I like watching some of this shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.